Hey guys, it's Jamie. I've got a video I've got to make here. I look tired because I am tired. I need to eat. I haven't eaten anything. I've just been so taken in by what God showed me Monday. And this video, I'm going to try to make it short as I can. It's probably going to be over 5 minutes, but please watch it. I want to read 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 7. And this is in the NIV. I'm a King James Version guy, but I want to read this just because the words are a little easier for most to understand. But verse 7 starts, it says, "For the secret power of lawlessness is already at work, but the one who now holds it back will continue to do so till he is taken out of the way. And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord Jesus will overthrow with the breath of his mouth and destroy by the splendor of his coming." That's some pretty powerful stuff when you can destroy someone with just the breath of your mouth. The coming of the lawless one, will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that will serve the lie, and all the ways that wickedness deceives those who are perishing. They perish because they refused to love the truth and so be saved. Now listen. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie, and so that all will be condemned who have not believed the truth but have delighted in wickedness. It just literally gave me chills. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, started at verse 7 and went through verse 12. Please read that. Please read it over and over, because I'm going to tell you about something that happened to me Monday as quickly as I can. I know there's been, and I'm not going to speak negatively of anyone, but everybody on their messenger was sending me this video of this preacher, this pastor who had a dream. And he was talking about the things that he was seeing that was going to happen and the things that already had happened and whatever. I have an opinion of that. There is a difference in a dream and a vision. A dream, we all have dreams. I mean, sometimes based on what we eat will depend on what kind of dream that we may have that night. When you are a spiritual person and you are aware of what's going on in the world and you see things being talked about, those of us who are intelligent and who are spiritual, your mind will take those things, and when you go to sleep at night, you'll have dreams about certain things. It doesn't mean always that God gave you that dream. It's just maybe your imagination, things kind of take over. So I want to be clear on that. Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing. You know, God can speak to people through dreams when they're asleep. I feel like a vision is something, it's happened to me before, and it's happened to me Monday, so I'm just going to get right into it. I was not asleep. I was not dreaming. I was not dozing off to sleep. I literally sat down, and I'd been praying, and I was up in Indiana, and I literally sat down, and the second that I sat down, God took my mind in the spirit. And I typed it all out because he told me to type it out. When I came to myself, his voice said, "Write this down." And so I wrote it down. And I know why, because I forget things if I don't write it down, because I have so much on my mind going on all the time. So the second that he took my mind, he said, "People are starving for the truth." And then he said, "Now, why are the people starving for the truth when the truth is right in front of them?" And then, of course, I didn't answer because he's showing me these things. And this is what I saw. Now, you can take this however you want to take it. I know how it came to me. I am zero going to be a conspiracy theorist because I think there, well, as we all know, a lot of what's been told has been conspiracies has actually came true. So everybody should look at their own lives and look at your own convictions and your own understanding and research things for yourself. But read the Word. And read the Word. If you want to talk about more of this with me, let me know. I'll be glad to get 2 or 3 or however many on a Zoom call or something, and we can discuss it. But there's so much more, y'all, to this. Anyway, I'm going to get sidetracked. So I saw, this is what I saw. So the minute that God, Yahuwah is his actual Hebrew name, when he showed me that, or told me that, about people starving for the truth, this is what I immediately saw. I saw a group of people, standing around in a group, just a group of people, and they were skinny, and they were just skin and bones. And it's like when you see people who are just skin and bones, they don't have any muscle tone hardly at all to them, and they were all light gray. They were all light gray. They had zero life in them. So these people were just congregating. They weren't really doing anything. They were looking down. They still had their phones, which I thought was weird. They had their phones in their hands, and there were TVs around, and they were staring at the TVs. And they started to line up out of this group, and they were going into this door. And I didn't see the building. I didn't see what the building looked like. There was no names. There's nothing else on the building. I just saw as they're walking in this door, they had their left arm was outstretched like this. If you can see my arm, my hand. They had their hand like this. They had their arm outstretched like this as they walked through that door. And then I saw the same line coming out of a door, and I'm talking with my hands, so I saw them coming out of another door, and they looked healthy. So I know they weren't going in there giving something, like giving blood or anything like that. They didn't have anything to give. These people were literally walking death. But when they came out the other door, they looked healthy. I'm trying to hold it together here, y'all. But they didn't stay healthy. They walked back over, and as I saw them walk back toward the group that they were at, they started turning back, and they started getting back sickly. They started getting back to that light gray, skin and bones look that they had. And I don't know what it means. I have my beliefs of what I believe it is. I know that a lot of talk lately has been of vaccines and stuff like that. I do know that there are a lot of powerful things at play, and the vaccines for this virus that we've been having to deal with is not going to be the same vaccine that you've taken for the flu and things like that. Do your own research on it. Really dig in. Get off of CNN, turn off the TV, get into researching. Thankfully, a lot of truth and a lot of research is out there for us to find. You're not going to find it on mainstream media. You're not going to find it on Facebook. You're not going to find it on Instagram. You're going to have to get your Bible out, and you're going to have to get down, and you're going to have to start talking to God, Yahuwah, and you're going to have to start really digging in and really starting to find this stuff out for yourself. In the last video I did about fear, I talked about Dr. Caroline Leaf, LEAF. She has done tremendous research and development and understanding the process of how our DNA can change. So you know that we can literally change the protein in our DNA by our thoughts, by consistency, not just thinking it and it happening. It takes 63 days for that to happen. It actually takes, I've got some notes there on somewhere, but it actually takes 21 days. People say it takes 21 days to break a habit. Well, it takes 21 days to get those proteins changed to where they're in a sustainable form. Then with consistent persistence and continuing to push forward and being positive and having those positive thoughts, then in 63 days, that DNA protein literally changes. It is different. That's where the energy is at. That's where the energy goes, and that's what happens. So to me, that's like breaking the chains, not just loosening them. That's breaking the chains. That's breaking the generational curses. So if that can happen with just our thoughts, do you not think that some of these things that are being forced upon us, or that will be forced upon us, is going to try to actually change parts of our DNA so that they can say that they'll put information in our DNA to recognize the virus when it attacks us or whatever, so the body will know what to do? I don't want my DNA changed. My DNA is exactly how God made it for me. Yours is exactly how God made your DNA for you. Nothing synthetic should be getting into that and changing it. Are we going to become like GMO corn, which is genetically modified organisms? That's GMO. Are we going to become like corn and be genetically synthetic, changed, modified? If so, who modifies us? Who do we belong to then? It's something to think about, y'all. And this vision that I had really woke me up to this. And I'm saying that's my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You've got your choice to believe. You've also got your choice to research and to determine for yourself. Stop listening to things that you're being told on your phones and on your TV. I really honestly believe that that's why he made sure that I saw that these people were staring at the TV and their phones. They were looking down at their phones. They had no life in them. Zero life in them, and they were getting in line, going into this building, receiving whatever it was in there that was giving them the promise that it was going to help them and make them better. But what happened? It was just a vicious cycle. They just kept going back and back. So I'm just over 12 minutes. I apologize for going a little longer, but you know what? The truth is the truth, and I have promised that I will tell the truth. And everything that I've told you, everything that I've read has come from the Bible. It's come from research from actual medical experts. You know, medical experts has kind of become this misnomer almost of like, depends on who the expert is and what side they kind of tend to fall on. So do your own research, look it up, figure it out, and be safe. And let's love each other, and let's protect each other, and do what we're supposed to do to help each other. You know, as I said, fear is not the same as being respectful. You can be respectful to others and still not give in to the fear. So I'm almost at 13 minutes, so I don't want to go to 13. But God bless y'all. I love you. I'll see you soon.